Today, guys, I'm going to be telling you how I got my over $2,000 gaming setup for only $299. And it all starts in Facebook Marketplace. The reason we're coming to Facebook Marketplace is because on Facebook Marketplace, you're able to get some pretty good quality gaming equipment for a really good deal. I have some experience trading on Facebook Marketplace because back when COVID was happening, I used that opportunity to buy and sell gym equipment. Because when COVID happened, gyms were closing down. A lot of people were looking for gym equipment, and not a lot of manufacturers were producing gym equipment any longer. So I used that opportunity that I could buy some pretty well-priced gym equipment, as you're probably seeing on my Facebook Marketplace, and I was able to resell it for more than I had bought it. Made a pretty good amount of money doing that. And now I kind of took that same strategy and I applied it to my gaming setup. I was like, well, I wonder if I could upgrade my gaming setup without having to put too much money into it. And I had a little rinky-dink gaming computer. It was a good gaming computer. I had a GTX 1080 in it, i7. Overall, it was a great starting computer. And now I sold that to my family for about $400. I took that $400. I included that in $600 that I was able to buy a Razer gaming laptop for off Facebook Marketplace. This is what it's selling for currently, and I think that's about fair. If you were to look on Facebook Marketplace for the same specs, same computer, it would be running you about $1,200. But I was able to get it for $600. And now it was a great find. And the key is you have to constantly be looking, and you have to kind of know generally what some things are worth. Even if you don't intend on buying something, shoot them a message, talk to them a little bit, see if they have any wiggle room. That's how I was able to get this particular buyer down to $600, not the one that we're seeing here. This is just for example, but I was able to get them down to $600. Now, I then took that gaming laptop, threw it on my Facebook Marketplace, and I was like, all right, guys, I'm looking to either sell or trade. I was open to both options. I was going to sell it for either $1,200 or was open to trading for a desktop computer. And now this didn't happen overnight. It took me about a month and a half before I was connected with somebody who actually just worked out really well. They were looking for something a little bit more portable. I was looking for something that could sit on my desk. And it worked out really well that their computer, I thought the specs were good. The value was a little bit more than that of the laptop. But I didn't have a keyboard or a mouse, so I just quick messaged them. I was like, hey, do you have a keyboard and mouse that you could potentially include? And so I was able to get this HyperX gaming keyboard and these HyperX gaming mouse included in the trade. So that added about another $140, $150 of value to the trade. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. This is perfect. Now, if you want to look at a little breakdown of about the value of the PC, this is about what the PC would be priced at today. And if you look on Facebook Marketplace, that's about what you see for a similarly spec'd out computer. Now, my computer has a 3080 in it with 64 gigabytes of RAM, among other things, and you see a couple listed in a similar price range. Now, I had a 4K 60 hertz screen at the time. I ended up selling that because I wanted to get it a little bit bigger, a little bit crazier. I was able to sell that 4K 60 hertz monitor for $125. And then I, of course, went back to Facebook Marketplace and I found a pretty good deal. Now, over the weekend, I was going to head over to my sister's house. And it just so happened that there was one guy who had two of these monitors, these curved QHD 144 hertz MSI monitors, and he wanted $125 per monitor. So I reached out to him and I was like, hey, would you take $200 for both? He said, sure, are you able to pick it up today? And I was, because I was driving out in that direction already. So I was able to go pick up those monitors that day for $200. So that means I was able to get those two monitors for about half the price. Now, if we look at the total cost breakdown here, let's go from start to finish. So initially I had my gaming computer, my little starter gaming computer, that I sold to my family for $400. Now, we don't have to include that because I then used that $400 to buy a Razer gaming laptop for $600, which could be considered our starting point if we're starting from zero, okay? Now that Razer gaming laptop held a $1,200 value. I then traded that Razer gaming laptop for a gaming computer, which held about $1,500 in value, as we saw when I did the breakdown on that PC pricer. Now that trade also included the HyperX gaming keyboard and mouse, which came out to about $140 in value pre-tax, bringing that total trade gain to about $440. Now I then sold a 4K 60Hz monitor that I had for $125, and I used that money with $75 to buy two QHD 144Hz monitors off Facebook Marketplace for $200 total. And now those monitors get together were worth about $400, meaning I got them for about half the price. And then I needed a microphone because the microphone that I was actually included in the gaming computer deal just wasn't cutting it. The quality was terrible. If you go back and watch my first two shorts, you'll be able to hear it. So I went Amazon after watching a couple videos on good budget microphones, and I got this microphone for $24. And it was actually, I think, about 40% off of the normal price. I think it's normally about $40. I was able to get it for $24. We were able to spend $299 out of pocket to get a setup value of $2,040. And that's just a little bit of insight on what you guys could do utilizing Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist, amongst others, to buy and sell and trade your way from something small to something big. It's very realistic. All you need is a little bit of time and patience. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe.